Hey, welcome to Charge Up Cook. My name is Tom. Today I am making a 16-inch baby back rib sandwich. And then I've also mixed up a special charged up spread to go on the bun. If you're interested in that, leave a comment. Let me know you want to see it. But let's get started. First thing we got to do is get to our baby backs and get that membrane off the back. Some people leave it on. I would prefer to get it off. So the hardest thing here is just to get it started. Looks like we got some room. Let's try. A lot of times the back of a butter knife or a spoon is perfect. Here we go. If we can't get a hold of that, just grab it. There you go. There's one nice strip off. Flip these guys over. Get the other piece off. Sometimes they come off on one pull. Other times you got to work a little bit harder. Let's give you a shot of what we're doing here. So we got one piece off already. We just want to get under it with the back of the spoon and then just pull it off just like that. It's just going to make for a much tastier rib. Any weird stuff you want to clean up, go ahead and take off. This actually looks pretty good. I'm just going to square up this side here. So there we go. We got that done. Now we're going to go ahead and pat this dry. And get it seasoned. Now, I want to get this all over my seasoning, so I'm going to pull these off for a second. Get a new pair. So I got some Holy Cow. We're going to go with some people like to do mustard first. I'm just going straight with the seasoning. I also got some Texas sugar. There you go. And a little bit. Get this Texas sugar in there. Give it a nice coat. And go back with the Holy Cow. Okay, so now I'm going to let these set 30 or 40 minutes and let that seasoning get into the meat, and we'll come back and show you what's going on. All right, we're about 30 minutes in. Check out this this rack here. Look at the color of that. So it's been setting about 30 minutes. That seasoning's all in there. Let me just move this aside. So I'm actually going to try to steam my rib. So I'm actually going to go in this pan with some apple cider. I have some wine here, so I'm going to actually add this in just to do some wine. And then a little bit of pineapple juice. Not a lot in there. And then I'm just going to lay the rack right in here. And then we're going to cover all this with foil. And then we're going to go ahead and get it on the grill and let it go 2.5 hours to where the bone starts showing. And then when it's ready, we'll be able to just slide those bones out. So that way we can make our almost McRib sandwich. Better than McRib. So we'll be back in a bit. All right, we're almost ready to get these on the grill. We got some company coming over today. So I actually did 2 more racks, which I got sitting over here. But we're going to get in there. You can see the color. Look at how red that turned. We got our juice. I ended up dumping that can of pineapple in that you can see. I also have this huge lemon tree in the backyard, so I'm going to squeeze some lemon juice in there. And then we'll get the other 2 racks in, and we will get it covered and get it on the grill. All right, we got all 3 racks of ribs in on this base of juice. Apple cider, a little bit of wine, a little bit of pineapple. I'm going to get it covered. This thing's pretty big, so I got 2 sheets that I put together. So we want to get this sealed pretty tight because we want everything to stay inside. And we're going to get this on the grill behind me and give it 2.5 hours on there before we open it or take a look. My goal on the grill is to keep it around 350 degrees. So one of the other things I want for this sandwich is I want to top it with caramelized onions. So we're going to go ahead and start those right now. Just slices like that. We're just going to throw them in. So we're going to mix up the 3 onions. These are going to cook down quite a bit. It looks like a lot, but it won't be that much by the time we get ready. All right, I got my onions all sliced up. I'm actually going to do it 2 ways. I got these guys that we're going to cook down, and then these guys that we're going to pickle these a bit. So I got some rice vinegar I'm going to put in here. Got some apple cider. Get some of that apple cider in there as well. I got some pear balsamic vinegar. Okay, and then take advantage of that lemon tree and get some fresh lemon in the pickle side, not over here. So on top of the sandwich, there's going to be these caramelized onions, my spread, and then I also like just some citrus. And then these pickled onions will just get sprinkled on top. A couple seeds in there. We'll get those out in a second. So, like I said, the lemon juice works wonderful if you want to pickle something at home. So now we just got to wait for those ribs. All right, the ribs have been on a little over 2.5 hours. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these bones out. You can see we may have went a little bit too long. Look at that. Look at how easy those are coming out of there. So honestly, I would have liked to got them off a little sooner, at least on this rack. We'll see how the others go, but look at that. They're just popping out. How sweet is that? All right, so we got all the bones out. Now I'm going to put some butter on here. Just a little bit of butter. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of honey. There's a nice drench of honey. Some barbecue sauce. All right, and I also got just a little bit of sweetener. This is actually coconut palm, brown sugar. I'm not going to do a lot, just a little bit. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that. It's 4th of July. My neighborhood is crazy with fireworks. So there's one slab. We're just going to let these set in here. I'm actually just going to set them back here. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2. And when we come back, we'll be ready to put together our sandwich. All right, those ribs are done. We're going to do it on this sourdough bread right here. Just get this a slice, maybe. There we go. Look at that. So this is my top secret spread. If you're interested, leave a comment. I'll post it. So we're just going to coat this roll right here. Get that all nice and covered, both sides. Let me know what it looks like. You might be able to guess what it is. All right. Just close this up for a second. Put this on a little bit of heat. We'll bring one of our foil packets over for the ribs. I'm going to give that bread about 5 minutes. All right, let's get our sourdough out. Should turn that grill off. So here's the sourdough. Get a good shot of that. Let's see. Let's move these guys over. Oh, that looks nice and happy. All right, that's a little better. So, a little bit of barbecue sauce. Do both sides. We got our ribs right here. Lift that whole thing up and lay it on there. Look at that. Clean up the fingers a little bit. I told you I got these onions. I'm going to spread on here. Looks like we need more meat on there, but let me let you guys see what's going on. I like bread and butter pickles. So that's what I'm going with here. Don't want to be shy. There we go. Maybe a couple more. There we go. Then I also pickled those onions, so I'm not going to go crazy with these, but we're going to get some of these guys on there. Okay. There's those. I got a little bit of chive. Get that on there. Maybe just for a little bit more barbecue sauce. Let's go ahead and get this guy closed up. There we go. Look at that. So we were a little short on the ribs. Let's just take this end off. There we go. Let's get this cut right here. Check this out. There's your real rib. Rest in peace, McRib. Here you go. I appreciate everybody watching. Let me know what you think.